Welcome back, everyone, to I'm No Genius. As always, I'm Eli, and I am joined by my younger brother, my um, well, there's no other name for him. He's my younger brother, Luke Burgett. Everyone,
What's up? Put the applause in there.
yeah, we'll insert the applause later when I edit this. Luke, how
This
you
probably
doing
won't be a
today?
clip. I'm doing great. Had a nice week of football practice. Just had a nice trip to the pumpkin show. If you haven't been there, head out there.
The pumpkin show, Luke. What is the pumpkin show?
Oh my gosh. So happy that you asked. The pumpkin show is a yearly festival where we celebrate pumpkins and everything pumpkin, whether you eat it, make it, grow it, throw it. Yeah, whatever.
Where you make it, grow it, or throw it.
Yeah,
Everything pumpkin
there we
related. I
go.
got you. What did so you and the fam? You guys all went to pumpkin show today.
Yep. Me,
Uh,
Maj, and Podge. Maj short for Madre. Podge short for
Nice.
Padre.
Were Kendall and Kylie were they performing in the pumpkin show today?
They were. They were in the parade today. Taze Valley actually got to go first because we were represented by the queen of the pumpkin show. So, yep, the queen won. She was from Taze Valley. So,
That's
Taze Valley
amazing.
band got to go first.
That's fantastic. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, our beloved sisters Kendall and Kylie, they are in the Taze Valley Marching Band, and they are a part of the Golden Sound, as they call it. Astounding piece of musical genius on behalf of the Taze Valley Marching Band.
Actually, a
So
very accurate name because
the
they
gold
do
the
sound
Golden
very
Sound.
golden.
It is very golden indeed, the
Yes,
sound that comes out of their instruments. So
100%.
yeah, Luke. So you guys watch the bands and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Did you see? I think it's been promoted on Instagram by several different people that I follow. I don't know about you, but we have a new record for the heaviest pumpkin.
We do. It was something like
It's like
2,300 pounds, something like
it's like
that.
yeah, it's like 2,300 pounds or something,
Yeah, something
which
crazy like that.
which is very large. I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
how. Well, first off, I don't even know how to grow like a potted plant, let alone a pumpkin.
couldn't tell you.
So I would assume there is some sort of pumpkin growth hormone install, like kind of like HGH, but like for
Yeah.
pumpkins.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like testosterone for pumpkins,
Yeah, kind of. And
like
like,
steroids.
you would think that the use of these performance enhancing drugs would be deemed illegal by the pumpkin show board, but it's actually
Oh,
encouraged.
pumpkin enhancing drugs, PEDs.
PEDs, pumpkin enhancing drugs. I like that even better.
Let's go.
See, this is why I asked you to be on tonight. Not
Thank you.
because
Thank
not,
you.
not because
Get some
nobody
more
else
applause in there.
not because nobody else could be here. That's
Yep.
why I
That's
wanted you
that's
on.
exactly why.
But
And
yeah,
it's actually the people who grow those pumpkins can sell their seeds that the pumpkin makes. Like once they demolish it after they weigh it, and they can sell them for a lot of money.
I would imagine they would sell them for a lot of money because
Yeah.
when you think about the pumpkins, it's like I think from generation to generation, it just increases exponentially and
Oh yeah.
everything. Like the
Oh yeah.
pumpkins just keep getting bigger. So like you have a really big pumpkin, really big seed with
You
another
juice it
big
up a
seed.
little bit.
You
Yeah.
juice it up even more,
Yeah.
even bigger the next year.
I think that's
So
exactly how it works. I don't think anything else goes into it.
exactly. And there are people that invest their entire year around this show, this event,
For
this
something
record.
that is probably less than a month's salary of pay, if that.
Maybe, dude, it's not about the money. It is about the glory.
And also, it's about the tradition because the people that won it have won it for like, I don't know, since I've been born. So,
Yeah, the people that win it every single year.
oh, yeah.
And it is really like there's, Bill Russell dominance.
Yes.
There's Michael Phelps dominance. There's Joey Chestnut dominance.
Oh, my
Then
gosh.
there is there's the Circleville Pumpkin Show pumpkin weighing contest dominance. The winners
Yes.
they have won every single year for as long as you've been born, for as long as I've been born. So that's quite an accomplishment right
That's
there.
the Mount Rushmore right there. That's the four.
Yes, yeah. Michael Phelps, Bill Russell, Joey Chestnut, and the Pumpkin Show
Yes.
winners every single year.
Every year.
Same
It's a
family, every
dynasty.
single. It's a dynasty, really. Yeah,
It really is.
it
And even
really is.
consider NIL for that.
Yeah, they should be given like a lifetime achievement award or something
Yeah.
for that honor.
Or
But
some college scholarship money or something. Like, I mean, you gotta
or just give some college scholarship money to other people, to me.
Yeah, because
I'd
you didn't do
appreciate it.
anything. So like, if you take their money and you give it to people who didn't do anything, then you're really just it's really just a charity, and you really show how nice you are to the community.
Yeah, it's a philanthropy, if you will.
Exactly. It's a
It's a
great word.
philanthropic act. So,
Yes.
but Luke, let's get right down to the nitty gritty. We're gonna do a draft today. We haven't done a draft in a long time.
These are my specialties.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just me and you, so we're gonna do 5 picks each.
Ooh.
And would you like to know what the category of this draft is going to be?
Is it one of those like anti-drafts where like you draft something and I have to like guess what the topic is?
No, it's just straight up regular draft and
It's
everything.
lame.
It kind of lame, but
Kind of lame.
it's
But
it's it's
we'll make it interesting, don't worry.
it's traditional, and
Okay.
we are going to do a pumpkin show
Ooh.
slash fair food.
This is a great topic. This is a great
This is an
topic.
amazing topic. And Luke, we have like 45 minutes to an hour to fill. So after each one of your picks, I do want
An
explanations.
explanation. Yes.
Yes, on why you chose them.
100%.
So, guess obviously go first. So I'm going to go ahead and let you pick the first pick in the Fair Food Pumpkin Show Food Draft.
All right. I've done very uh, timeless scouting on this topic. Over my life, I've done a lot of eating and in particular fair foods. And this
You're
kid has just he's
you're a fair food connoisseur of sorts.
oh yes, of course. I make or break those companies. They live off the money I give them.
Yeah.
I've seen this kid play all my life, and he's a stud. And I actually didn't really appreciate his talent until this past year or so. With the first pick, I'll be taking Bourbon Chicken.
Bourbon chicken. Yeah. That's if we were doing tiers to this, I think that's an S tier food
Oh yes, for sure.
because there's a lot of fair food out there that's overpriced and doesn't fill you up. Bourbon chicken is reasonably priced and
Oh yeah,
it fills you up. So
$13 for a big to go box. I mean, that's just feed a family of four with that.
exactly. Did you get some bourbon chicken today as like your meal?
This is tough to say, but I didn't.
Wow.
And it was the weather was bad, and I just took whatever I could get my hands on, and I'll probably pick the kid that I got tonight. So you go ahead and draft.
Bourbon chicken. That's an amazing first pick. I got to give it to you.
Oh yeah.
Second one. So this is the second overall pick. First pick for me. And I will be going with. I'm going to go with pumpkin donuts, pumpkin mini donuts,
Respect it.
because I really
Respect it.
like. There's. I mean, look. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't told anyone this, but the past 3 weeks that I've gone shopping, I've gotten a package of 6 pumpkin donuts. After,
You mean the ones you brought home?
not the ones that I brought home. These ones are like actually like good pumpkin donuts. Like I go to the Kroger that's on
Oh,
Chamber Street right over there, and
okay.
I do my grocery shopping, and then I'm in the bread aisle and I grab some pumpkin donuts like before I go every single time.
It's the bulk. It's the winter bulk.
It is the winter bulk, and these donuts they're not going to be there forever. They're going to go out of they're not served year round. So I got to get them while I can. You all right, buddy? Why are your eyes
Yeah, I
watering?
just yawned. I'm sorry. This is getting me emotional. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, like my commitment to this
Pumpkin
is getting
donuts
you
are speaking to me.
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go with pumpkin donuts. I think they're amazing. I don't know what else to say.
Probably one of my favorite pumpkin foods because I'll just go ahead and say this. Some pumpkin foods aren't going to be drafted. Pumpkin pizza, terrible,
Pumpkin pizza
awful.
could definitely be better. I mean, as a concept, I get it, but at the same time, I don't want it.
It's terrible. I had it because I thought it was regular pizza when I was 8 years old, and it was terrible. I don't even think I went to Pumpkin Show next year, just out of sheer agony that I felt because of that pumpkin pizza.
Just out of spite for
Yes,
that. Yeah,
it was terrible.
I I,
And
I
with that,
I get you, but it is kind of like a dessert pizza a little bit. It's a little bit sweeter and everything. It's meant to be, like it's not meant to be like, a meal. It's supposed to be like a dessert and everything.
Listen, the only dessert pizza that exists is Pizza Cottages, and nothing other than that should exist. There should be no other dessert pizza because if you make that dessert pizza, it's not going to live up to the expectation of the Pizza Cottage dessert pizza.
Fair enough.
And that's what you expect out of a dessert pizza is what Pizza Cottage made. Shout out Pizza Cottage, sponsor us in this video.
Yeah, shout out Pizza Cottage. We love you guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, I mean, like this isn't has to do with fair food. We're gonna get back on track to that
Yes,
here in a little
sorry.
bit. But
45 minutes to fill.
yeah, exactly. You're talking about dessert pizza. What about the cookie pizza from I can't remember if it's Pizza Hut or Domino's.
I think it's Pizza Hut.
Yeah, like what about that? Like is that constitute a pizza, dessert pizza in your opinion?
No, because one, it doesn't have dough, right? It's just a cookie.
Well, cookies have dough.
Okay, that's cookie dough. Cookie dough and dough are separate. There's pizza dough and then there's pizza dough and then there's cookie dough. Okay. You don't lay cookie dough down and then put pizza sauce on top of it and do all the cheese and stuff. You put pizza dough down. That's what happens.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
Whatever.
So that is just a large cookie. That's just a straight up dessert. That's just dessert. There's no pizza in it. It's just dessert. To have a dessert pizza, you need to have crust at least. I mean, at the very least, because you're probably not going to put pepperonis and cheese and sauce on a dessert. So you at least need the crust, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, I can't argue with I can't argue with that. So it's not a bad thing. Okay, so let's move on to round two, and we're gonna do a snake draft. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on this one.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah, I do say so myself. Thank you very much.
Right. You're the boss.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with fried cheese.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that pick.
What do you mean you don't hate it?
Definitely could have fell. Definitely could have fell.
There's a lot of picks that I like that could have fell. So I'm gonna save them for later.
Yeah.
I mean, fried cheese, like it doesn't matter what form it comes in. It could be fried cheese on a stick. It kind of looks like a corn dog, but it's just cheese. Or it could be like the cheese curds and everything.
That's true.
The fried cheese is a staple.
So you're including all cheeses that can be fried.
All deep fried cheese.
Okay. All right. I even like the pick even more now.
Thank you. Whether you eat it on a stick or the little bites out of the curds or whatever, or there's some places that just give you like a fried slab of cheese in a paper bag, and sometimes that's good too. It's like a hash brown but just cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look, I think it's an all-time pick, and I love it so much. You're up.
I want to add to that. I think that fried cheese is one of those things that you can like make at home, but you'll never get the satisfaction that you get when you get it at the fair.
Yeah. And as we've discovered, it's not as easy as we thought to make it at home. Remember the one time I tried to make fried cheese? I tried to make mozzarella sticks at home, and I crushed up some Doritos, like it's like for my breading or whatever, but I didn't add any like batter or like egg to it or whatever. Nope. So I just got these like old
probably expired cheese sticks. Most likely expired. They tasted terrible.
These expired cheese sticks, and I rolled them in the Dorito stuff, and I threw them in the frying pan, and it didn't exactly live up to my expectations. I think I burnt the cheese.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was disappointed, but you live and you learn. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick to my theme of non-pumpkin foods, and I'm gonna go to funnel cake.
Dude, like I hate you because I didn't think you were gonna pick that. I thought it was gonna fall, and I was hoping that I could steal that with my third pick.
It's an all-time great. It is. It's the Larry Bird of fair foods. It's always there in the clutch. It's always there after your meal, so it's always there late game. And it hits deep, so hit the three ball. So
But I feel that funnel cake is largely underappreciated as a fair food because it's messy. Number one,
very messy,
and it's hard. It's hard to eat. You know what I mean? Like it's like you either pick off and like
pinch it. You don't really know what to do. Plus, at a fair, you're kind of walking around and like you don't have time to sit down and eat it with a fork. You can't cut it up. It's a whole manner of weirdness going on there.
Yeah. I mean, me, like, I think I developed a pretty good system. They give you a paper plate with the funnel cake on top and everything, and I just slowly slide the funnel cake out, bite, slide it out a little bit more, bite, and everything.
Oh,
No powdered sugar on my body whatsoever, and I developed the perfect system for eating it in a clean way.
never thought
So
of that.
yeah, I
I just
mean,
I just had one tonight, and I looked like an idiot eating it because I didn't eat it like that.
you got to use my system, dude.
I
You
have
got
to
to
go
use my
back
system.
tomorrow. I'm skipping the game tomorrow. I gotta go.
Yeah,
I gotta go back.
we'll talk. We'll talk about the
Oh
game
yeah,
later
yeah.
after this. So, all right, give me your third pick now.
Oh, it's my pick again. Oh shoot. Okay. Um,
Jeez.
I'm gonna go deep fried Oreos.
Deep fried Oreos. Wow. I mean, that's there's a long list of deep fried like little dry cakes or cookies or whatever. And I think deep fried
So
Oreo,
good.
yeah, deep fried Oreos very well may be at the top of that list. So,
It's like you just cannot pack so many characteristics of diabetes in such a small nugget of food.
yeah, it's that's one way to put it for sure.
Very sugary, very great. I love it.
Yeah. Well, there was this. I mean, again, it's not relating to fair food, but like they did have deep fried Oreos. Remember that place that we used to go to when I think it was before you had like an allergic reaction to that place, Mongolian
Oh,
barbecue.
Mongolian barbecue.
Yeah, Mongolian
Great food.
barbecue. Great food there. It was basically like it was a Mongolian restaurant. You basically, get all these raw ingredients, you throw it on this grill and they cook it in front of you. You take it back to your table and you eat it. It costs you like $45 per person.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
it's
very
great.
expensive. But then like on the dessert menu, like they had these deep fried Oreos with like ice cream that you could like melted ice cream that you could dip it in. That was pretty good. So yeah.
And what's crazy that I still like that food. And even though
Yeah.
I had an allergic reaction to it, I love that food. I would definitely take an allergic reaction just to have that food again.
You did have an allergic reaction to I mean, like, here's the thing, Luke, you had an allergic reaction to Mongolian food, you'd still eat it again. I had an allergic reaction to shrimp. I would still kind of like to eat it again.
Yeah,
It was pretty good. I had like 13 shrimp that night.
yeah.
Didn't
That
even realize I was
probably the
allergic.
problem.
That
Probably the issue.
might have been the problem.
That was
Uh
at a what is House of Japan. House of Japan. I was gonna say India. I was like
was it a House of Japan?
House of Japan. Yeah,
Huh.
because they took our picture. That's also something weird. They take your picture at every like Asian restaurant you go to. Is that like a cultural thing there, or is that like?
They're just so happy to have us there.
Because I also remember the guy at Japanese steakhouse in Grove City. He would like, I mean, I that's kind of racist that I said that guy. Uh, the waiters there,
What do you mean that guy?
like the waiter, like they would always come out with like the little like the little boy statue, and like they would like have a little hole, and it would pee some type
Oh,
of drink, and like our Uncle Bo was there, and he like made the boy like pee in his mouth or something. I can't remember.
yeah, we're gonna clip that. Uh what are you
Yeah,
talking about?
I remember this. I don't know. I was like 7. I could be mixing up stuff. I'm not sure.
Oh my god, he peed. Never mind. I'm
It
just gonna.
wasn't real pee. It was
I
like
know it wasn't real pee, but like it was just
Gatorade or something.
it was like the
Yellow
way you
Gatorade.
it was like the way you phrase it. It's like, yeah, the little boy he peed in his mouth. I was just like, okay, like let's just leave it at that, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna press forward.
Next
Uh,
pick, round 4.
yeah. No,
Wait, no, round 3. Second pick, round 3. Round 3, pick 2.
it's round 3 and 4 for me. So you took. Let's see. You've got
Bourbon chicken, funnel cake, fried Oreos.
fried Oreos. Let me write this down actually,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
don't
Write that
forget.
down. Make the graphic later.
Oh yeah, I got to make the graphic later. I love making those graphics,
Yeah.
dude. If you want to make a graphic, you can be my intern.
I can only make graphics in yearbook class
Why is that?
because that's when I have Photoshop, and I only know how to use Photoshop.
You
I'm
gotta,
great on Photoshop. If you don't know, check out my work, TVHS Warzone. All the graphics on there, all the football game day graphics are mine.
on
So if you need
on the Instagram.
on the Instagram, TVHS Warzone. If you need to go, if you need a graphic designer, I'm here. I'm willing to not be paid as long as what you give me is interesting.
Yeah, you already don't get paid, so there's no change to
Yeah,
that.
it's okay. That's yeah.
Okay, so bourbon chicken, funnel cake, fried Oreos off the board for you, and pumpkin donuts and fried cheese are off the board for me. I need two picks back to back. Um, hmm. I'm gonna go with the. This isn't a food necessarily; it's a drink. It's the lemonade shake-ups.
Okay. I like
Yeah,
it.
I
I
mean,
like it.
because like you see, like 20 of them at every single fair that you go to.
I like it.
What are you making that face for?
Sorry, my thing just said I'm on low battery and I like hang on.
Well, plug it in.
I don't have the thing with me.
Find a different. Find the charger and plug it in.
All right. Hang on. I can't get back to the screen that I was on.
What are you talking about?
Hang on, I got it. All right, we're good. We got
These,
it.
these technical difficulties, Luke.
All right, all right, all right. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get the charger.
Go get the charger. The lemonade shake-up.
That's a great pick. I love it.
You see them at every single fair nationwide, and it is but like they get real lemons in front of you, and just a little bit of water, a little bit of sugar, and they shake it up right in front of. They add like so much sugar to this big cup. The commemorative cup, by the way, you get to keep the cup. And
If you get the big sized.
if you do get the big size, I think they have paper cups for the rest of them. But like if you get like the big, and besides, if you're at the fair and you're not going to splurge for the big one, just go home.
If
Yeah,
you're not eating an excessive amount of food, any of these foods that we're drafting, if you have to eat an excessive amount of them to understand how great they are.
yeah, exactly. You have
You
to
can't
eat
just get the small plate of bourbon chicken and
right.
just expect to be satisfied.
You have to stuff your face like at
Literally.
any fair, pumpkin show especially. Pumpkin show is still going on. It's going to be now until Saturday night is the
Saturday
last
night.
night.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might go on Saturday night because Friday or no Saturday afternoon is the OSU game. So I mean, I've got plans. So
Got plans there.
yeah, but yeah, I might go on a Saturday night. I'm gonna stuff my face, and I'm gonna pick me up one of these lemonade shake-ups. Now, on to my fourth pick for the fourth round. I will go with elephant ears.
Honestly, we're running out of the studs, you know, of the fair food industry. I think elephant ears is just like a knockoff of funnel cakes.
They're completely different. They're
They look different, but it looks like someone who made funnel cakes, someone who made elephant ears, tried to watch somebody make funnel cakes and didn't take notes and just did off memory.
that doesn't even make any sense. Like
It does make
funnel,
sense.
no funnel cakes are just like they're deep fried, like batter or like deep
Yeah,
fried, like dough and everything, dipped in deep fried with powdered sugar on top. Elephant ears, they have like brown sugar, and everything
yeah,
on top. It's completely different and everything.
yeah. So they forgot that you were supposed to put regular powdered sugar on it, and they put brown sugar on it.
No, completely different, completely different.
No, it's the exact same thing. It's just a knockoff. It's just like Gordon Ramsay and the chef he told to go home.
I can't believe you just went there. Like I've been respectful of your picks all up to this point,
Hey,
and
I
you
told you,
throw that in my face.
I told you it's the fourth round. We're running out of the studs, and it might be time to throw some picks out there that you just want to give the kid a shot.
Oh my gosh, whatever. Fourth round pick for you.
I just had this tonight for the first time. Uh, shoot, um, pizza with like made in a wood fire oven.
Oh, okay. So like, okay,
The guy actually did it right in front of us. It's actually amazing.
wow,
Quite beautiful,
okay.
actually.
So pizza then.
Um, it's a little bit more than that though, because you could say that Japanese food is just Japanese food, but when you go to a Japanese restaurant, you're going there for the experience. And when you get wood fire pizza, you're going there to see him stick the little plate in the oven, and you get to see the coals in the background, the big oven, and you get to see him make this pizza from scratch pretty much because they make their own dough, which is amazing. And they cook it real fast. So it's a pizza's done in like 3 minutes, like 2 minutes, not even like a minute.
They make their own dough.
Yeah. I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably
you
ahead of
think
time.
like they have their own field in the back? They go get yeast from the field.
That's not what that means.
No, yeah, it is.
You can make dough from scratch. You just need flour and
Oh yeah, like where do they get the flour
I
from?
said they make their own dough, not they make their own flour. I didn't say they grew their own stuff.
Just okay, like you said, from scratch, so that means from day one.
Do you not know what scratch means?
I know what from
Scratch is
scratch
from
means.
flour. Flour is scratch.
Those two terms are not interchangeable.
Okay, when you think about it, anything can come from something else. Nothing is from scratch then.
Uh,
You can literally trace everything back to something else.
well, duh.
Yeah, so that you're making that argument. I'm trying to prove you wrong.
Everything. Well, yeah, everything is from scratch.
Everything can come from something else.
I think of scratch like you get like the bare raw ingredients.
You
and
take
everything.
the dirt and you just turn it into chocolate like that.
Like, well, obviously there's some middle steps in between.
But that's the basic idea.
It's the basic idea, but like
Basic enough that we can think of it. I mean,
I suppose. But
this is I'm no genius, so
this is I'm not. Yeah, well, like, what's the guy from Joe Rogan? Uh, it's like the assistant in the back. He goes like, "It's not Kenny." It's like Kenny.
Oh, it is Kenny. It is Kenny, isn't it?
It is Kenny.
I think it is Kenny.
Might be Kenny. I don't know. He's like Kenny. Look up.
Yeah.
Pull up the video of the guy
Yeah.
turning dirt into chocolate.
Yeah.
Kenny. That's gonna drive me crazy. But let's keep moving.
Yeah,
On.
that's okay.
So you said wood fire pizza is your fourth pick, and the last pick of this draft, for you at least. Let's hear it.
Oh man. Okay. Right, I was going twice in a row.
This has snuck up on you twice somehow.
Yeah. This is first episode in a while. I'm gonna go with like anything with like a Philly cheesesteak or a steak and cheese sandwich, something like that, something along those lines.
You just want something cheese and steak.
I've had steak and I've had cheese. I have never had them together. I've never actually had this. But I know that it smells amazing, and honestly, is probably one of the iconic smells that you get when you go to the fair.
So you're basing this pick off of a
Other
scent.
than body odor.
Yeah, but you're basing this entire pick off of a scent.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's bold, dude.
Yeah.
That's like to give a sports analogy because we love sports here. That's like drafting someone like in the fifth
Fifth round, because this is the fifth round.
this is the fifth round. That's like drafting a football player in the fifth round based off of the highlight package that his mom put together.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
And you're fine with that.
You know what?
No,
I will let you know. I will let you know how I feel about my pick when I see what you pick.
Fine. And I'm not just saying all these things just to buy time or whatever.
Because if you say something that like just completely slipped my mind and is like one of the greatest foods of all time, then I'll be like, man, I'm an idiot. Like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
But right now, I got full confidence in my pick.
Okay, fine. And I you can have full confidence all the live long day because it doesn't matter. This pick is a classic.
Draft doesn't matter.
This draft does matter. Don't you ever say it doesn't matter. This draft always matters.
Okay.
This pick is a classic. It is a staple of every single fair in the world. And it is probably one of the most American foods ever. It is the classic corn dog.
Huh. I would say that is definitely one of the staples in the industry. But I would say that it is so much of a staple that it has become not a fair food.
How is it not? It is the perennial fair food. It's literally a food on a stick. So you only need one hand to eat it. You can
This is
you
true.
you can do whatever you want with this other hand. You only need one hand to just take a bite out of the corn dog, keep on walking, and everything. It's the easiest fair food to eat.
The only problem I have with that, we have corn dogs for lunch at school, and they are terrible. They are just horrendous. I eat them, of course, because it's the only thing that's there for lunch. But it's terrible. And not to say that corn dog isn't good, not to say that corn dog isn't, a little bit tastier with some ketchup or some mustard, but I've got a bad rap with it because of, the lunch at school.
Luke, look, the school lunches that you consume are not good. Just generally speaking, they're not good. But if I let every single meal that we had for school lunch destroy that specific food for the rest of my life, I wouldn't be eating anything.
That's yeah, that's probably true.
I mean, the corn dog is one of the most American foods ever made, probably second to the hamburger, which is not made in America, and the hot
That's
dog, which
that's
is
also an interesting topic.
also not made in America. I don't think the hot dog is made in America either. But the corn dog, probably also not made in America, is one of the most American foods ever. It just screams America. I love walking through the fair and everything. I love, you've got like, it's literally it's like a John Cougar Mellencamp album or whatever. You got your hot dog and your your corn dog in your one hand, and you got your arm around your girl, and you're just walking through the fair. Just walking through the fair.
That's like Jack and Diane.
Yeah. Sucking on chili dog. Outside tasty
Tasty
freeze.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Great song. Great song, by the way.
And with your free hand, you can do what John Mellencamp does in the next line.
Dinosaur Jack's lap got his hands between his knees.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go, right there. Well,
and also to do a little transition from this draft, that is an interesting topic about American food. Bug on my screen. I don't believe that there is, other than I would say maybe fried chicken. I think that is the only the only big food that has originated in America.
chocolate chip cookies.
That came from chocolate in the South American countries.
Okay, well, fried chicken did not come. Well, fried chicken comes from chicken. Chicken did not come from America.
See, here we are again, tracing everything back to where it can be traced back from.
Exactly. Can we just?
I'm just saying, like I'm saying about the big things, like chocolate chip cookies. That's just basic. That's like worldwide stuff. That's like everywhere.
It's worldwide after we created it.
No.
Yeah.
Like hamburger. That's from the Germantown Hamburg. Yeah, that's a fact.
I think Hamburg's in Belgium.
Germany, Belgium, same thing.
Wow.
They all speak Germany. Or okay, they all speak.
Oh my gosh! Wow, dude, you just
they all
went
speak
there.
German.
You all speak Germany? Oh my gosh, you just went there, dude.
We're speaking American. It's okay.
Yeah, sure. Well, actually, we're speaking we're speaking Midwestern. If anything.
Oui.
Oh yeah. No, it's not OA. It's like
sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Exactly. Yeah. Like I mean, I've discovered this because I go to school with a lot of people from, I go to school someone from, the West Coast or whatever, around they're from Temecula, California, I believe. I don't know where that is on California, but like
California is just a cluster of
exactly.
Cities.
And then I go to school with someone who's from Buffalo, New York. So it's like, East Coast
I'm walking here like that.
Sort of like they do. I mean, they talk normally for the most
Yeah.
part. Normally, they talk like me for the most part.
He thought I
Uh,
was bad for saying they spoke Germany.
they spoke German. Well, like I didn't confuse a language with an entire country.
It's one letter.
German,
It's one
Germany,
letter. And it's probably not even one letter in their language. It's probably the same word.
maybe. Do you know how to say "I love you" in German?
I don't know, Schnitzel Nazi, something like that.
Whoa!
That's from Key and Peele.
Wow. No,
Would you
it's
be related to Schnitzel Nazis?
we've been combing the area for Jews. But oh my gosh, this is terrible. But no,
No,
no, no.
no.
Like no, I learned this from Mr. Mailer, our eighth grade choir teacher, my eighth grade choir teacher.
My eighth grade choir teacher too.
Right. I didn't know if you wanted to associate or not, but like
It's my
um
dog.
he taught us how to say he taught us like he was saying like French is the most beautiful language and everything. He said
I agree.
yeah, exactly. Are you in French?
No.
Okay. Uh like what?
It just sounds beautiful.
It's a very beautiful language. I took 3 years of it. I would
Un,
know.
deux, trois. I know how to say the first three numbers.
Un, deux, trois, quatre, six.
Un, deux, trois. Yeah, I know how to do that.
Yeah. Un, deux, trois.
See,
But
when you say it like that, you sound German. Like,
un, deux, trois.
yeah.
Yeah. But like French in French, I love you is j'adore. 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 Just like which basically translates to I adore or I love. So
Okay.
but in German, I love you is ich liebe dich.
Yeah. Yeah. And you'll have that sometimes. Those are called cognates.
They're what?
It's actually not really a cognate. Cognates are like words that sound similar in English and Spanish. So like I don't know, like Spain and España, like those would be considered cognates.
Spain isn't a word. It's a name.
It's still a word though.
Okay, is America like a word or a name?
America and Americana, those are cognates.
But that's like me saying like Eli or Eli.
Yeah, but names of people are the same across different languages because that's your name. You don't change somebody's name. You change a country's name
Yeah,
because
but
that's considered a noun. That's considered a noun because it's a place.
you don't change a country's name that much though.
You still change it though. That's why I'm calling it cognates.
Oh my gosh,
And like hamburger and hamburguesa, those are cognates.
hamburguesa?
Hamburguesa.
Is that in Spanish?
That's in Spanish. Hamburguesa. And it's spelled with an H and it's spelled like the exact same, just with asa at the end.
Hamburguesa.
Yes. Just like that. See?
Oh,
You're already Spanish ready.
yeah, exactly. So, Luke, let's talk football really quick.
Gosh.
Yeah, for those of you who are not aware, which by the way, if you're not aware, get aware. Uh,
Come on.
Luke, my younger brother Luke Burgett is the starting tight end for the Tays Valley Vikings. He is a junior. He is what did you say in that interview that you did with the coaches? I don't have a car, or or like I let my parents pay for my dates or whatever. I feel terrible about it.
I said to pay heritage to Eli's famous line of yes, I feel terrible about using my parents' money. They asked the same questions, and shout out CGTV for keeping it real, asking the same questions so I can know what's coming. They asked, what do I do in my free time? Where do I go out to eat? And when I go out to eat, since I don't have a job, which they asked me earlier in the interview, do I use my parents' money? And I said yes. And I let a little pause there, and I said, and I do feel bad about it sometimes. And just
Yeah,
a little bit of a twist there, but he had mentioned that I had older brothers that had done interviews before, so I figured he'd
yeah.
get that.
No, they don't. They wouldn't remember us. I
They
don't.
did actually. They did because uh, they asked me something like, "Have you ever?" I don't know. Like I don't even know what it was. It was like, the tradition. It was like we were playing Circleville that week, and they were like, it's the last time you guys are gonna play them because we're moving leagues next year. He was like, the rivalry. He was like, how do you feel as that's coming to an end? And I was like, I had a few brothers that have experienced that, and then he was like, yeah, I remember you had a few brothers that came through here, and then he just mentioned it, and then that's all he said about it. So,
Yeah, just like, oh yeah, I remember the name
I
sounds
mean, you got to
familiar.
give him a break. I mean, he interviews two kids, 10 kids a week, so 100 kids every year.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, like, I did like the guy that interviewed you. I did play for his Pee Wee football team back in
It's
fifth
true.
grade. So I figured like I've only played 1 year, but like I figured we might have like a little rapport, a little connection or
Yeah,
whatever.
maybe.
But I remember when I went in for my interview and everything, and he says, when did you start playing football, Eli?" And I was just like,
Oh,
my first year playing football was actually I played for you back at Ted Lewis and
you
everything.
told him that?
Yeah, and he goes like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. We did good, didn't we?" And I was just like, I think we were like 1-5.
Wasn't it?
So
Wasn't there like two teams or something?
there were 4 teams.
And you just played the same four teams? Like
Yeah, we played the we no we played all 4 teams 2 times, and then we had a tournament at the end of the season,
you hadn't played each other enough.
as if we hadn't played each other enough. Yeah, exactly. And then I think we played so we played 2 more games at the end of the year, and I think we lost in the Super Bowl as they called it. It was very super.
Oh,
We
so you
had
won the semifinal.
we won the semifinal,
Okay,
but we won the semifinal and then we lost in the Super Bowl and we got popsicles afterwards.
there you go.
But I remember those practices, dude. Like I mean, that's one thing that I wish you got to experience growing up. You never played Pee Wee football.
Yeah, I don't think I missed out there. I played soccer when I was a kid, so
I know you played. Oh, look how that panned out. Yeah,
I had great footwork.
yeah. Okay, sure.
Might be
But
why I
like
have more catches than you.
more catches. You don't think that you have far more targets as well?
Maybe it's because of how good I get open. My footwork.
Yeah, we'll check the tape later. Yeah, we'll do a YouTube
Go check
exclusive.
my Instagram.
Yeah, we'll check your Instagram exactly. And but yeah, it's true. I only got 6 targets my senior year.
I think I have 6 targets already this year.
I think I had 7 targets overall in my high school career. So I am still in the lead.
Yeah, it's just magically one appeared there.
Well, I mean, look, I had one my junior year,
Yeah,
one target, one catch.
and I also have more points than you because you only had a 2 point conversion, and it wasn't even supposed to be a 2 point conversion.
It wasn't a design play.
It was a
Our
fumbled snap on a PAT.
fumbled snap, Camden Primer on a rollout. Uh, like
I
he,
remember that game.
yeah, like it was against Circleville actually.
I
Uh,
remember not seeing it.
yeah. Uh, our our long snapper managed to snap it like 10 yards above Cam's head, and Cam ran back, got the ball around like 30-yard line, then he threw it up in the end zone. I brought it down.
Wide
You know how
open.
it is. I mean, but like Luke, you scored a touchdown. You've scored 6 points.
Probably wasn't even thrown to me.
No, you stole a touchdown. Rather, there were
I
two.
didn't know the other receiver was there. I just was trying to make a play. I'm a playmaker.
Yeah, you were both wide open. Here's the main receiver, and you come swooping in, and you intercept his pass, and you steal it from him. But here's the thing: I was there like 2 games after that. I think you guys were playing against Circleville,
Yeah.
and that same receiver caught the pass
Yep.
the second time around, and you were
It
happy
was the
for
same
him.
play. It was the exact same play.
Exact same play, but you let him have the pass
Oh
this
yeah.
time.
Yep.
You let him catch the ball.
And the thing was, we actually said to each other in the huddle, we were like, "Hey, this is the same play." I was like, if it's between us, just call it out. I'll let you get it. And he was like, I don't know, he said something stupid to me, and then when he caught it, I was the first one to jump up, give him a hug. So it was all right. We're even now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But look, But Luke, that touchdown pass cemented you as the all-time leader in points among the Burgett sons.
It's that easy.
Well, it wasn't easy. Like it was hard. I know it
It
was
took
hard.
about 4 career high school starts.
Okay, yeah, sure. 4 career high school starts and 37 targets or whatever, whatever. But okay, and that target wasn't even for you. So
So
I'm just
I think
saying.
I'm also the only player to ever have 1 reception, 1 touchdown on 0 targets.
You might have set a record there.
Yeah.
To have a touchdown reception while the ball was not thrown to you.
That's pretty amazing.
That is pretty amazing when you think about it. But you are also the only Burgett son to score a touchdown, like ever.
Only Burgett.
Well,
Wait, no, because dad's had a touchdown.
Dad's had a few touchdowns in his
maybe
high school career.
too. But
Yeah, but no, like a Burgett son in high school, in high school varsity football, you were the only one to score a touchdown.
Because Caleb was a big defensive guy.
Caleb played linebacker. He wasn't big on offense.
No.
I played a lot of offense, didn't get a lot of targets. You on the other hand, you made it happen.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was 4 starts into your career.
Now, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. I am under a different offense than what you were under. It's not your fault, whether whatever caliber the offense was at, it didn't have a tight end in its plan. I have a different offense with the coach being a former collegiate level D1 tight end. So he might have been looking for me a little bit more. But I will also say, in my defense, after I just defended you, when I got my most recent target, my most recent catch last game, if you watch the huddle film, you can see the coach at the bottom of the screen pointing up to a receiver downfield, not me, and yelling at the quarterback to throw it downfield to the receiver. And then the quarterback throws it to me and we pick up 20 yards on a 3rd down conversion that led to not a score, but got a 1st down. And
Whatever.
Probably saved us from losing by more than we did. So
Whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't even care.
Do you know how many yards off the top of your head you had?
I had at least, so I can.
You probably added up on one finger.
Yeah, well, shut up. No, I think I had like the receptions that I had. I did have like 6 receptions my entire career, and I did get like 10 yards per reception, I would say. So I would say 60 yards
60
receiving,
some yards.
which it's a far cry from what I like. We had our team meeting our junior year, and I was setting up my goals for the season. And the first one, I was like, I want 15 receptions this year.
X.
And I didn't even get 15 targets the entire year. So that one was.
Wait, you got 6 targets or 6 receptions?
I had 6 receptions by the time my career ended.
Yeah, how many targets you had?
Probably like 10 or something. Okay. So I had.
How many of those hit you in the hands though? Probably like 7 or 6 or 7.
I'll give my quarterbacks the benefit of the doubt. I would say it hit me. It was catchable like 8 times.
Why don't you tell us the quarterback's progressions that you asked him about?
Oh yeah. Okay. So and this might be different because you're under a different coaching system and everything.
I want to hear yours though.
But when I was playing, here's the quarterback progression. So you have your X receiver, that is your number 1 receiver. You have your Z receiver, that is your number 2 receiver. You have your outlet running back, that is your 3rd option. Then the 4th option, scramble. The 5th option,
throw it away.
The 6th option, take a sack.
Yep.
7th option,
timeout mid-play.
8th option, take a knee.
Yes.
Or 9th option, throw it to the tight end, which is me.
Which is him. Yes.
And like judging by that progression in and of itself,
You got a
I
decent
think
amount of targets.
I think it's astounding that I got that many targets.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I'm going to pat myself on the back.
Yeah.
So
Should be
I
proud
mean,
of that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's
So
why you always got to stay on your quarterback's good side, because at the end of the day, he's the one that controls whatever happens during the play.
yeah,
I mean, if he just wants to throw the ball the whole game, he could just fumble the snap and then just fall down in the backfield and say, "Oh, it's 3rd and 15. What are you gonna do now, coach? We got to throw the ball."
you'd be surprised. There are some coaches that do not operate that way.
Not my coach.
They will run on 3rd and 15.
4th and 31, actually.
They'll run on 4th and 31. They won't expect it.
QB sneak.
Yeah, QB sneak, 4th and 31.
31.
Yeah. But yeah, Luke. So you guys, the end of your season is coming up pretty soon. Last year
Last
in the
game tomorrow.
Last game is tomorrow. It's the last game in the MSL. We're gonna clip that. Last game in the MSL. And you guys are moving on to bigger and better things in the OCC for next season. What is the feeling amongst the team, the players that are coming back for next season?
First of all, things may be bigger, but I'm not sure how much better they're going to get. For football, I'll say for football. I'm just going to go sport by sport here because they're very different stories. Football, we are looking at about 2 or 3 undefeated teams this year that we will be in their league next year. I know Newark's solid. They're going to be in our league. Pick Central's good. Lancaster, we played them this year. They're not very good. Logan High School is also going to be in our league. We beat them this year. That's football. I think that OCC football is definitely a lot more different than MSL football, mainly because we only get to play mainly league games, as where basketball is the majority are still league games, but you have more opportunities to play OCC talent. So we played a lot of OCC teams last year, and we will play them this year in the MSL. But I think next year we'll have a better chance of success just because I'm better at basketball than I am at football. And I think we have a better basketball team to compete in the OCC than our football team. And then there's tennis too.
Yeah, what about tennis?
I mean, I am the only. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. We've got a few people that are in my grade that play tennis. I don't know if you noticed, I've played varsity since I was a freshman at tennis, but nothing, not a big deal. I was also first team all league, but last year. But we've got a big senior class this year, and that's 6 out of 7 of our varsity spots that are going to graduate, which leaves me to play every OCC school's best player on first singles.
First singles, baby. It's all you.
And I would say we're going to be good, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, you got to keep your hopes up. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Well, Luke, it's been great catching up. We got to do this more often.
Yeah. So not like we almost kind of live together.
Well, we don't live together. I live in an apartment. You live with your mom and dad still. Freaking loser.
Weirdo.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd like to thank Lucius Vincent Burgett Bartholomew III for coming on to the podcast today. Luke, final words before we close.
No regrets.
No.
Bill Riggins.
No regrets. I'm not
Timmy
sure.
And Bill Riggins.
Yeah. Tim. By the way, Tim Riggins, best character in Friday Night Lights.
Absolutely best character. Go watch Friday Night Lights right now.
Yeah, I got to do Luke. If I do an episode reviewing Friday Night Lights, you want to do it with me?
Yes.
Okay.
I have watched it 3 times through. It's amazing.
I've watched it 2.5 times. I struggle around season 3, season 4. That's when I kind of drop off.
Yeah. Season 3, JD McCoy comes on.
Which, by the way, hate that kid.
And the thing is, I want to hate him. But he's such a nice guy. He's just. He is not the issue. It's his dad.
In season 4, he's not a nice guy.
And this was the preview of what you'll get when we analyze Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, let's go ahead and close this thing down.
We'll clip this and preview it.
Exactly. From everyone here at I'm No Genius, I am Eli Burgett with my brother Lucius Burgett. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time.
Everybody loves